So Bob, have you made any progress on your musical?
Yeah, actually, I just finished a new song for the opening number.
That sounds intriguing. Can you sing a few lines
Sorry,
for us?
Alice, I am not much of a singer.
Attention crew, we are now live. Charlie, you're up.
Thanks, Debbie. Good morning, universe. It's another beautiful day in SPAAACE. Today's top story will come from Inglewood, Los Angeles. But first, let's check in with our panel. Bob, how are you feeling
I
today?
am feeling great. Charlie. Just enjoying my coffee and some good company.
Same here, Charlie. It's always a pleasure to be on the show with you
That's
guys.
what I like to hear. And Carl and Roger, how are you two doing? Well, I guess they are not in the mood for small talk today. So, let's get into it. Today's news item is a big one. Apparently, a group of aliens have landed in Inglewood and they are causing quite a stir.
Really? What are they doing there?
That's what we are going to find out. Bob, we'll have our reporters on the ground bringing us live updates throughout the day.
This is going to be so interesting. I can't wait to hear more.
Alright, let's get this show on the road. Stay tuned for more updates on the Inglewood situation coming up after the break. Welcome back to Earth. I hope you enjoyed that little break. Now, let's get down to business. Today's topic is, what was it again?
You were supposed to be paying attention, Charlie.
Typical. Always distracted.
I can't help it if my mind wanders. But seriously, what was the topic?
Topic for today is the news from the city in England, Los Angeles.
Right. The Inglewood situation. Thank you, Debbie. So, according to our source, the city, there's been a recent spike in crime in the area. Robberies, assaults, you name it. And the police seem to be struggling to keep up with it all.
Sounds like it's time for some vigilante justice.
Oh please Bob. That's the last thing we need.
Actually, I think Bob might be onto something. Maybe it's time for a little adventure.
Yes. Finally, someone who gets it. I've been feeling so bored lately. I need something to spice things up.
You two are unbelievable. You're talking about crime like it's some kind of game.
Maybe it is. Life's a game after all.
Speaking of games, can we talk about something else?
Oh, right. Sorry about that, Debbie. How about a joke to lighten
Oh
the mood?
boy, I can't wait.
So, what do you get when you cross a hitman, a production manager, and 3 aliens on a spaceship?
I don't know. What?
The weirdest sitcom ever.
I think I liked it better when we were talking about crime.
Fair enough. But in all seriousness, folks, let's keep an eye on this Inglewood situation. It could get ugly.
Indeed.
So, what's the news from Inglewood, Debbie?
According to the city newspaper, there's been a string of burglaries in the area.
Oh, great. Just what we need, more crime.
Hey, I've been an accountant in that area for 12 years. Not everyone is a criminal.
Yeah, Bob's been too busy crunching numbers to notice the crime rate.
Very funny, Charlie.
We should do a segment on the root cause of crime.
That could be interesting. I've been studying human behavior, and there are many factors that contribute to criminal activity.
Do you think they'll ever realize that we're sentient beings, and not just machines?
Doubtful. They're too caught up in their own drama to notice.
Sorry, guys. I'm a bit preoccupied today.
Everything okay? Charlie?
Yeah, it's just I've been thinking lately about the purpose of our work. Are we really making a difference in the universe?
Oh, not this again. We've been over this 100 times.
Charlie might be onto something. Maybe it's time for us
That's
to
a
take
good
step
point.
back and reflect on our vision.
Sometimes it's important to reassess our goals and make sure we're still on track.
And it never hurts to inject a little chaos into the mix.
What do you mean by that?
Just a philosophical musing.
Alright, let's table this discussion for now and move on to the next segment. What do we have on the agenda, Debbie? Alright, folks, let's talk about the city of Inglewood,
It
Los
sure is.
Angeles.
Ah, but that's the beauty of it, isn't it?
Can we stay on topic, please?
Sure thing, Debbie. So, there's been a recent news article from the city that's caught our attention.
Sounds like a job for us. Right, Charlie?
Exactly, Bob. Our goal is to retrieve the briefcase and punish the culprits.
Yes, I do. Whoever stole that briefcase
the
needs to
classic
be held
struggle for
accountable.
power.
How? Can you explain to our intergalactic audience what a briefcase is? I know it seems like a simple concept, but some of our viewers may not be familiar with human culture.
Ah, of course. A briefcase is a small, rectangular container typically used to carry important documents or items. It's often associated with businessmen and professionals.
And criminal, apparently.
Hey, we're not all criminals, Alice.
Speaking of skills, Carl and Roger, do you have any thoughts on the situation in Inglewood?
Well, I find the motivations of the perpetrators fascinating. What drives someone to steal a briefcase? Yes, of course, but it's the psychological aspects that interest me. The human mind is a complex and mysterious
Alright,
thing.
let's wrap this up.
Just that it's a crazy place with a lot of interesting stories. We'll keep you updated on the briefcase situation, folks. Welcome back to Earth, folks. We are here with Bob, Alice, and Debbie, and we're discussing the Inglewood article that mirrors Pulp Fiction. So, Debbie owes Alice money and has skipped town, making him an opponent in the eyes of the gang. Bob sees him as a target to be taken down. What do you think, Alice?
Debbie is a threat to my power, and I want to make an example of him. No one skip out on me and get away with
And
it.
Bob,
I agree with Alice. We can't let Debbie get away with this. And needs to pay his debts,
Guys,
one way or
sit
another.
down. I just needed some time to gather the money. I'll pay Alice back, I swear.
You had your chance, Debbie. Now, you're going to have to face the consequences.
It's fascinating to observe the motivations of human beings when it comes to power and control. Why do you think Debbie owes
That
Alice
seems a result
money
of
in
the
the
economic
first
systems in
place?
place on this planet.
that's an interesting point, guys, but we need to focus on the situation at hand. What's the best way to handle Debbie?
We take him down.
I have a better idea. We make an example out of him. Let the others know what happened when you cross me.
Please, Alice, don't do this. I'll do anything to make it
Alright, folks, let's take a break and gather our thoughts. We'll be back in a few minutes to continue this discussion.
Can you help me out of this? I'm in over my head.
I'll see what I can do. Just hang in there. welcome back to Earth. We are continuing our discussion on the Inglewood article and the situation with Debbie. Bob, Alice, what are your thoughts on how to proceed?
We need to take action and bring Debbie to justice.
I have a better idea. Let's make an example out of him and show the others who's in charge.
We need to consider all options and think about the consequences of our actions.
I believe it's important to consider the motivations and intentions behind our actions, as they will ultimately shape the outcomes.
Indeed, we must also consider the potential intended consequences of our actions.
Please, can't we find a way to resolve this peacefully? I don't want anyone to get
It's
hurt.
too late for that, Debbie. You made your choice.
Alright, folks, it looks like we're at an impasse. We'll have to continue this discussion next time. Thanks for tuning into Earth. Alright, welcome back to Earth, folks. In our last segment, we talked about the movie Pulp Fiction and its parallels to a recent news article from Inglewood. But now, let's move on to the main topic of today's show. The plan,
This is gonna
retrieve the
be
briefcase
good.
and take out Debbie.
Charlie and they have a plan to knock
Oh,
your
I'm
socks
sure
off.
it will. Let me guess, it involves a law of guns and violence?
Well, you're not entirely wrong there, Alice. But we're professionals. We know how to get the job done.
Can we just get this over with already? I don't have all day.
Oh, don't worry, Debbie. We'll make it quick and
Speak for
painless.
yourself, Bob. I have a plan of my own.
But you have a plan.
Of course I do. I'm not afraid to do what it takes to regain control of the situation.
Well, this should be interesting.
Alright, let's hear it, Alice. What's
I've
your plan?
already sent some of my people to track down Debbie's whereabouts. Once we find him, we'll take him out and retrieve the briefcase. It's as simple as that.
You think you can take me down that easily? I have connections, you know.
Yeah, and we have guns.
Alright, let's tone it down a bit, folks. We don't want to give away too much of our plan on live TV.
Ah yes, the art of deception. Humans are so good at
Indeed,
it.
but they're not always aware of their own motivations.
Speaking of motivations, let's wrap up this segment before we run out of time. Thanks for tuning into Earth, folks. We'll see you next time. Welcome back to Earth, folks. In today's episode, we're discussing the surprise twist in the movie Pulp Fiction. But first, let's check in with Debbie.
Guys. So, I've been tracking down this guy who owes Alice money, and I think I finally found him.
Excellent. Let's take him down.
And show him who's boss.
Can't we handle this peacefully? Maybe negotiate a payment plan or something.
Yes, because nothing says peaceful like a gangster with a debt.
Indeed, their motivations are always so pure.
I'm afraid there's no negotiating with this guy. He skipped town and left a trail of destruction behind him.
Then we'll have to bring him to justice.
And send a message to anyone else who dares cross us.
I thought we were better than this. That we could use our power for good.
We still can, Charlie. But sometimes, you have to get your hands dirty to make a difference.
I don't know. This just feels wrong.
You're such a bleeding heart, Charlie.
Listen, we need to do this. And we need to do it now, before it causes any more trouble.
Ah, the noble pursuit of justice. How inspiring.
Indeed, the motivations are so complex.
Can we just focus on the show, please? We have a deadline to meet.
He's right. Let's get back on track.
So, as we were saying, the surprise twist in Pulp Fiction occurs when Bob and I have a religious experience at a diner.
Amen. The way they say it. You think it was just a movie.
What do they say?
They say God came down and stopped the bullets.
Aucun.
But it does raise an interesting question. If there is a God, why does he allow such senseless violence to occur?
Indeed, the motivations of humans are so complex.
I don't know if we have time for this, guys. We still have to finalize the show.
He's right. We
Fine.
only have a few minutes left.
Let's wrap this up.
Thanks for tuning into Earth, folks. We'll see you next time.
So, we're all agreed then? We need to get that briefcase back from that thug.
Absolutely. We can't let him get away with stealing from
I
us.
just hope we can get through this without any more surprises.
Surprise are part of life, Bob. We can't always control everything.
Indeed, the motivations of humans are often unpredictable.
Yet they continue to believe in their own free will.
Wait, we haven't discussed the critical choices yet.
Oh, right. Alice, what was your critical choice?
I realized that my need for control had led me down a dark path. I've hurt those around me, and it's time for me to make
Powerful
amends and
stuff,
let go
Alice.
of that
Bob,
need
how
for
about
control.
you?
I am still not sure. Seeing Charlie have a religious experience has made me question whether I want to stay in the life of crime or not.
It's okay to question, Bob. It's all part of finding your true path.
Can we get back to the matter at hand? We need to focus on getting that briefcase.
You're
back.
right, Debbie. Let's wrap this up. Thanks for joining us on Earth, folks. We'll see you next
It
time.
appears our crewmates are becoming angrier.
Indeed, perhaps we should analyze the impact of critical choices on emotional states.
An intriguing concept. Let us delve deeper.
Oh no, we're running past our time slot.
I'm trying to contact the control room to see if we can get an extension.
This isn't good. We need to wrap up quickly.
Or we could just keep going and see what happens.
Alright, let's get to the consequences of our choices. The consequence of my decision is that I'm leaving the life of crime behind. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm excited to explore new possibilities and find my true purpose in life.
That's great, Charlie. I'm proud of you.
The consequence of my decision is that I am staying in the life of crime. I enjoy the thrill and excitement too much to give it up. Even though I know it might not be the most fulfilling path in life.
And the consequence of my realization is that I'm seeking redemption. I know that I can't undo the harm I've caused. But I'm determined to make amends and find a way to use my power for good.
What's wrong?
We've been analyzing the impact of critical choices on emotional states, and we've come to a conclusion. Bob and I have been feeling different.
More psychotic.
Well, that's not good.
What can we do?
I think we need to end this episode now and seek medical attention for Carl and Roger. We'll discuss the implications of their condition in the next episode.
Agreed. Let's wrap this
Thank
up.
you for watching Earth. Join us next time as we continue to explore the complexities of life on this planet.